Hello, hello, hello. Okay, mic is good this time. Welcome back, beautiful souls. And for anyone who's new here, welcome to Ascended Empress 3 Tarot. My name is Stacy, and I'm really grateful to be able to be here. You have no idea how many times I've tried to do a reading and it has failed. So we're going live just so it can actually go through and upload. I'll be good with that. It's been a while since I uploaded a reading in this channel, and the reason for that, I had to step back and create, go deeper into myself, get, into my power. And therefore, I can actually show up truthfully, I can show up clearly, and I can help, by being more in tune with who I am and deliver clearer messages to you, because I take that seriously. You know what I mean? So now that we're here, I have a spread that I want to do today. It's completely new. I want to try it out. And I want to do something sacred, something special, a week-to-week basis. So every Monday we can meet here on a live energy reading, and we can see the energy ahead for love, career, and the self. Those three categories. I don't think we'll do tarot, but we'll see. It'll just be oracle cards and questions and answers, right? So wherever you are, take a deep breath with me and hold and release. All right. So ground your energy and set the intention clear that whatever messages will find you today, it'll be for a reason and it'll be the right time. And this reading could be timeless. So whenever you see it, just trust that there'll be a message here for you. If you feel called, whenever you see this, drop a heart, say hello in the chat, in the comments, or simply just say wherever you're from and wherever you're tuning in from. Okay, so let's tap in. Let's clear out the space a little bit. All right. Oh, did you hear that? Sound is breaking. So I clear this space from all negativity and make space for good, harmony, and peace and love. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Alrighty. All right, let's turn the candle on. I open my mind. I open the space for clear messages only. And I open myself to call upon the divine, the Most High, my ancestors, spirit guides, Archangel Michael, and all benevolent energies of love and light. I ask that this space is protected, clear, and divinely guided. May only messages rooted in truth, holding light and enlightenment, clarity come through to at this time. I am a clear channel, and so it is. All right, let's begin. So first, I would like to know in the love section, right? What energy is present in love for this week? Let's find out. What energy is present in love for this week? All right, so let's take this one. The Shield. So there might be some guarding, right? A little closed off energies. And let's see what else. The light. All right. Let's see. What should be released or let go of in love? The wrath. What action or attitude would align the viewer with love? There's a couple that want to come out, but all right. So ascension and the sage. Let's see if anything else comes up for love. So clashing differences, incompatibility, commitment, marriage, promises, fidelity, lusting, forbidding, non-committal sexual energy. So there's probably like anger, so hurt or anger from the past, from conflict in the love area, obviously. Maybe some cheating happened, forbidden love that you might be still holding on to, anger. But if that's eating you up, or if you haven't let go of that, then you're still very closed off to the possibility of finding love or letting love come to you, right? So it's asking you to tap into the light side of that negative experience, I would say, and choose the path. So it's saying the actions or attitudes, it should be choosing the path of ascension and tapping into the inner sage of you. All right. So that was pretty simple. Let's see if we get more. So by doing, so let's see, I saw at the bottom void, the void, right? So by doing that, if you don't know how to let go, how to release, we'll see at the end. I'll do an affirmation, but how to release would be, let's see if this one, oh, perfect. The spirit of the wheel is just saying step into the void and release any distraction, basically. The void is where nothing exists. So if you're stepping into it, try to find or mimic that. It would be a dark room. Close the shades, close everything, make it really dark. You can put it silent, like silence everything. In the bathtub, it could also be a really good space for that because you become in tune with that. So we got the life lessons, victory, courage, right Baron's moon, number 23. So yeah, so from whatever happened to you, Spirit is asking you to tap into the sage inside of you. Since you're clearly an empress, you're clearly a sage, your wisdom is beyond measure. And from all of the things that happened, right? The difficulties, tap into that and retract the wisdom that you've gained. If you see it as a life lesson, then the experience was meaningful. It becomes meaningful. So let's move on to the career. All right. What opportunities are coming our way this week? Let's see. What opportunities are coming this week? The hope. So you might be getting your hope back, which is great. Let's see what else for career. What opportunities are coming to you this week? Hi. Confused Soul 444. Welcome in. Welcome to Ascended Empressiii Tarot. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask. And it says lock, the lock. So you might lock in. Okay. I'm going to take more out, but intuitively, I'm already getting the message of you're getting your hope back in the career element. So if you were not inspired, if you were confused into where to go, you might be looking into getting re-inspired, reigniting that passion within you and locking that in so it doesn't go away anymore, or also locking more opportunities in. Let me check. What should be released in the career element? Release. Will I get the job I want? Will confused soul get the job you want? Let me do tarot for that one. It says illusion. I got the illusion card. So whatever it could be, make sure it's not an illusion. It's not too far out, or make sure you prepare yourself enough for it so you're not just fantasizing about it, you're also going towards it. But let me pull out some tarot, because sometimes like all we do is fantasize, right? And then we don't take the steps. So for confused soul 444. So we have the Five of Pentacles, which it reflects the financial tension or the resources running out. You're probably frustrated. And you're seeing ahead of you. Like you're seeing it as like a possibility, but you're also not, like you're planning, you're wanting to take action, right? Because we have the Three of Pentacles. So you're looking out for it and you really want to. And right now we're in Aries energy. So you might be feeling it even more right now. So you want the expansion. Now we just have to make sure what actions could be taken. So let's see. What mindset or habit will support the growth? The Weaver. So you can weave anything and get wild. So for this week, make sure that you're basically getting outside of your element, outside of your comfort zone, and whatever. I mean, it applies. It's a collective answer. So let's see. I'll pull out another one for you as well for that answer. All right. So what mindset will support your growth? Right. The Nine of Pentacles. So get comfortable with your accomplishments. Get more out there. So it does resonate, with the get wild. It's putting yourself out there in whatever it is. So it's not just an illusion, or like fantasizing about something. If I knew more on what it was, then, I would express more. But definitely, what I'm getting also from the Weaver is that don't be afraid to get your hands dirty or put your hands into the fire, into the work element, like put in the work that you want to do. And I feel like right now the Mercury retrograde just ended this like super soon. So I feel like it would be in your best interest to plant those seeds, because then the financial gain will be immensely. You got the Nine of Pentacles. This is prosperity in a nutshell. You know what I mean? I have an alternative, which is a higher education, which path is looking more likely. Okay, so that's where maybe the fantasizing energy came up, because you have if you're doing something right now and then you want something more, which path? I mean, that's entirely up to you, because it's it's what you would like. If if it's work and abundance, it would be something that you would probably would allow you to be your full self. That Nine of Pentacles energy, the one that would like allow you to be more free, to be more of yourself and express without any repercussions or suppression, you know, like the opportunity for growth, basically. So release the illusions, release the limit, whatever is limiting you. All right, so let's move on to the self for the collective. So you're going to get hope and you're going to lock in that hope this week. No problem. Thank you for stopping by. I'm going to be doing these every Monday for the week ahead. So it'll be for love, career, and the self. And then I'll just pick the energy read. Okay, so for the self, what energy needs to be embodied this week? Which for you, it's the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so let's see. What energy needs to be embodied this week? The flower. So it's blooming, gentleness, delicacy. Ooh. So feminine energy. The dark and the mirror, I got those too. So it would be like a shadow element of yourself. Wow. So it's actually, in my opinion, it's asking you to embody all elements of you. Oh, the light, the shadow, the light, the dark, or the gentle, the dark, and then the mirror. The mirror, it often tells me like whatever is asked of your environment, the internal to external. So I guess let's see what blocks or fears need attention or to be released. So we have wrath again. So this is definitely the read for the collective. If there's any leftover anger, anything that's been keeping you distance. So we got the distance. All right. Communication and growth. So anything that's keeping you from communicating with yourself. Interesting. So we have the same flowers in growth. So I think spending time in nature will help you. You see the flowers all around, all around here. The blossom. So you're being called to grow, and you will do so by communicating. Okay, so when you're feeling the anger that you feel, the wrath, right? The best advice that I'm getting from these cards right now is to step back, get some distance to cool off, get perspective on the bird's eye view. And once you see the bigger picture, you'll be able to go about it differently. In this case, you see how from a distance this person is looking at this little light, and then in this picture, once you're in the growth, once you're grown and everything, this is you with the consciousness, almost like the Christ consciousness, almost awakened. Because when you take distance, you grow, you do your shadow work, cool, and you could be a light for others. Like your growth will be shown. It will be just like beaming out of you. And that's where it's kind of asking you to be from the self, right? But you have to go inside, and you do have to communicate with yourself first and foremost. With spirit. All right. Let's see. For what action nourishes the higher self this week? What action nourishes the higher self this week? We got 3 right now. Get wild again. So this is a collective read, fate and the seeker. So sometimes we leave things up to fate and we don't do anything about it. Nothing happens. We get mad and their cycle repeats, right? That's what I'm getting right now. And it's asking you to seek, to ask for what you want. Extend your hands and ask for what you want, right? That's the card. So this is like the metaphorically way to say it. But in reality, it's more than that. It's almost like, I think in the last ones, it was like the Weaver card came up for career. So because the self, career, and love all reflect one another, ultimately, to ascend, you have to choose to ascend. You have to choose to make certain changes. You have to choose what it is to show up differently at work, how to treat yourself differently, right? We got self-love underneath this. So there are ways, and then the soul work. So are you being called, like, are you being called to do soul work, and are you answering that call? So that's something that happens from taking the space and I guess seeing those dark sides of yourself, right? Because that's where you're going to see the truth. You have to see it in the mirror. You can't just ignore. If you're not happy with yourself, you're going to see it when you see the reflection. You can't lie to yourself. You know what I mean? It's funny because I actually, like, this is my workspace. Welcome to this side. Welcome to my space. And I have a mirror here in front. And I put it there because I'm going to show you what I have there. And I put it there because sometimes we forget we're existing, right? It's almost like, oh, that's funny. I just put it away. Because we're floating. Like if you're too much in spirit, you could forget about your body. And sometimes it's almost like, I don't know, like, okay, so this is an exercise I've been doing. I look at myself, especially in the funny moments when I'm thinking of something that it's just hilarious, like those inside jokes. And I have fun with myself. And I communicate. Oh, interest. Okay. So I communicate between the two of all of me's, right? The light and the dark, or in this case, the flower, which is the light side, right? And the dark part of me using a mirror. And it's been working funny. It's been funny. I love it. It's a really cool exercise. I invite you to try it if you're struggling to connect those parts, or if you're shy about it, right? So that's a funny thing. And interesting enough, we got the Get Wild twice. It came out twice. And in front of the mirror, I kid you not, I have this card that I found on the road one day, and I'm like, yes, we gotta get wild. That's that Uno card. And I just have it there just as a reminder, because that's like our true nature. Why suppress it? You know what I mean? Okay, so I'm gonna pull a confirmation. I hope this is resonating. I'm gonna pull a confirmation card for this week. Oh, affirmation card. I'm so sorry. Spirit knows what I mean. So it says balance, 29. So yes, balance between the two, dark and the flower. So it says, I understand and embrace the opposing forces in life that bring about balance. So you can work with the zebra energy, the balance, yin yang, black and white. Not everything is black and white. If you work with both of them, you'll end up in the gray, right? So that's cool. 29. Oh, there's no more numbers. And last but not least, I will pull out from the Isis Oracle, and I will ask for any further advice, any further messages, guidance that Isis wants to share with us this week. For this reading, I guess. I'm writing. The Lunar Queen. And today is Monday, so it's the moon energy. So this is very precise. She of the celestial crescent. So check out when the crescent moon will be. And also check for the 29th of the month as well. The lunar. When I say check, I mean like look out for it, like the energies of it. So 200. So 2 is also balance, duality. All right, so I'm gonna read this and I'll be done for this reading. Let's see. This is a deep feminine wisdom that recognizes the importance of cycles of rest and replenishment. As essential balancing to our actions of power and demonstration, you are asked to allow this replenishment for yourself now, trusting that you are in a cycle of creation that is about to shift into a new phase. So that's the Weaver energy. Release and enjoy the process without having to control or force it. Isis, as Lunar Queen, understand the cycles of creative power and flow. Sometimes it can be hard to let go of a desire to force, control, or make things happen, to exert might and willpower to bring what you wish for into being by sheer determination, exertion, and force. Yet the vast creative power of the feminine principle is in honoring and flowing with cycles of activity and rest, of releasing force and surrendering into the perfection of what's happening right now, realizing that this actually brings us the divine manifestation and creation more effortlessly and gracefully and to greater effect. The celestial crescent is the moon in her change in form. This oracle comes to you at a time when you are shifting from one phase in your spiritual and creative journey into a new phase. This is a time to pay deep attention to the messages of your body and allow them to guide you. Do you need balance? Your activity? Do you need to balance your activity with more rest? Do you need to be actively creating from a more relaxed and allowing rather than demanding or forceful mental state? Or is it time for you to spring into action once more? Has the time come to take a step forward? Pay attention to any other card that you draw with the Lunar Queen to more fully understand which phase is the more appropriate for you now. These cards will help you connect with your inner wisdom and guidance of your own body wisdom for the greatest time and unfoldment of your manifestation. Remember, sometimes the more time in the oven prevents an undercooked meal. Yeah, yeah. Undercooked cake, too. Sometimes we just need to wait a little longer. The quiet times in dark moon energies, the times when you will sense from your inner wisdom, your body wisdom, that you are in need of replenishing and percolation. The other times when you feel the inner oven timer has rung and it is time to get that delicious meal on the table, your body will urge you to dance, to act, to communicate, to be bold and take steps. These are full moon energies. Your body will help you know when you are where you're at and what you need. The flow between the dark moon and the full moon and all phases in between is constant. In allowing that flow, even several times in a day or an hour, you will maximize your creativity and allow your life to manifest creative projects after creative project. Should you choose so, you will feel great inner harmony, wellness, and connection. This oracle is also a reminder that this feminine wisdom is not widely accepted in Western culture as yet, with its distorted view of what constitutes productive behavior. The Lunar Queen is quite a radical. You will need to really believe in your own wisdom and give yourself great support and trust your own body wisdom in as you learn to operate in this more intuitive, flexible, responsive, feminine way. The oracle tells you that Lady Isis and the spiritual guidance that cares for you completely encourages and supports you in being strong and giving yourself absolute permission to rest when needed, to honor your creative cycles for greatest productivity and quality. You have been waiting to create something or feel frustrated in your creative enterprises. The Lunar Queen Oracle also contains the message for you that something creative is within you and wanting to emerge. It is staring in your unconscious, and soon it will be reflected more clearly back to you, and you shall be able to act. But for now, have patience. So that's literally the shadow, I mean the dark, the mirror, and the flower. So the flower, it takes time to bloom. The dark will be reflected. It's pretty on point, pretty on point. So let's see. There can be much inner work required before the relatively swift outer work of bringing the creative impulse into form even begins. Such is the natural creative flow at times. If you are already in the flow and want to know if this is the time to really let go and shine, like the gorgeous full moon, the answer is yes. Trust and know that you are being guided by your own inner wisdom and supported by she of the celestial crescent, the Lunar Queen, Lady Isis. So I hope you like that. That was beautiful. Did I even show you? Oh, this is the card. I hope you really enjoyed this reading. If you resonated, please tap the like button, subscribe so you get notified the next time I go live or whenever I upload a reading. And I'll see you on the next time. Bye. Ooh, how do I stop this?